Okay. Let's start from the top so that way the team has all information.
All right.
Um, you could start by asking that question again, and then that way they have it,
All right.
and
Yeah.
then I'll reply, and we'll all be on the same page.
So,
Hello, everyone, whoever's seeing this. Okay, go ahead.
all right. So, um, the question was that so first, or we set it a metric that that it was 90 degrees, but then we studied Olympic champion Jordan Burroughs, and we found out um that the metric, instead of being 90, it was 69. Do you think this discovery is
Yes.
enough to get a top score on the innovation part?
Like I said before, short answer, I would say yes, as long as you include that data, that information. Um, yeah, as long as you include that information in there, then I would say that would count. That would be my opinion of it. But it's basically up to you in terms of what it is that you want to do. If later on, if you see something that would be contrary to that, then feel free, and then we could talk through it. But it's basically, you guys call on that.
All right.
But as long as you have information to back that up, which it seems like you do, then go for it.
All right. Um. Then. Um. So we also included on the prompt, or our goal was to so the first one that tells you like your technique, and the second one is the one um that tells you like your percentage of getting injured. So over here on the
Mhm.
second slide, on the fourth slide on Research Foundation, um my teammates, they put like some information regarding like injuries, sprains, tears. At the beginning it was 3 slides, but then I asked to maybe merge it into one slide. Do you think we should maybe make this information, we summarize more this
Mhm.
information, or do you think we have to develop it more so as that we can get the
I would have
scientific
to
part?
take a little time to.
My bad.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't able to review all of the info, so I couldn't really answer that off the top of my head. That's something I'll probably have to review it first. Um, but at this point, what are your thoughts on that? I'll ask you in terms of what your thoughts and what your feelings are in terms of that question that you just asked me.
I
What do you
mean,
think, basically?
um, obviously I can't ignore that information. I can just let it pass by because it's part
Mhm.
of the whole presentation, and that's some of the features that our project has. But also, I'm thinking on the time we have to present this, and
Yeah.
also I don't want to um add, or yeah, I like add more fat into the presentation. When I'm saying fat is like maybe information that wasn't necessary. So I'm not sure if it
Yeah.
just only be a brief overview over it, or it has to be a specific information regarding the whole injury part. That's, I don't think
Oh, I see.
so. Over here we have it as a little summarized on one slide,
Mhm.
but I'm not sure if we should either make it more specific, develop more the ideas, or if we're good on just making it a little bit broad of it with the mention of it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Um, yeah, with something like that, I would. Hmm. You wanna make sure that you operate within the time constraints, but at the same time, you don't want to leave any relevant information out.
Yeah.
So you could probably start by the editing part. Like if there's anything that is a bit, I guess maybe wordy or repetitive or what have you, you could probably start from that angle to see what you can do to make it a bit more concise, or look at explore the areas where you can be a bit more concise. before deciding to remove any information. You can start from there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think I do get you.
Because that also could take time. Yeah. So it's like before you start removing, just review, just kind of like just go over it and see if there's any information that could be simplified more.
Okay.
And as you go through that, then that'll actually allow you to put in to maintain or keep the relevant information
All right. Okay.
or more relevant information. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And all right. I think I got you. Now
Hmm.
moving on to my third question. So we also over here. This one doesn't look
Hmm.
as pretty as the other slides, but
Okay.
we add another slide where is like the expert validation one. So I interviewed
Okay.
coaches of my club. My club has produced well I review I mean I interviewed my coach and I interviewed an All American that is from my club. Do you think
Hmm.
this adds like a difference or a certain, maybe not necessarily uniqueness, because I know the other um teams, they probably have
Hmm.
some expert validation, but do you think this can um add me points into the presentation?
I think maybe the word you may be looking for would be, I guess, additional credibility. Is
Yeah.
that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say yeah, with something like that, I would think so. I mean, it could definitely help, having that because it's showing that you guys are not only just doing the research, but you're also performing like exploratory research where you're reaching out and you're interviewing and you're also it's kind of like you're gaining consultation over your research.
Yeah.
So that would actually help you. That to me, that's something that I would see as a positive.
Okay. Okay. And now my last question will be,
Hmm.
so we're right now, we're not pretty sure on how to sell it. We do know, at least we have the mindset that this is a pretty unique idea. I would say
Hmm.
this is our advantage, but we're not
Okay.
sure on how we can make it more unique or complain or make it on our selling point. I had one idea that our selling point could be that this, maybe right now we just did it with wrestling, but this could escalate to other sports because we use the code for, or yeah, we use MediaPipe and need to scan other sports like baseball or yoga. So we're not
Hmm.
sure if either
Hmm.
using that part or also using the part of it that it is actually like back up by Olympic champions. I know obviously we didn't talk with the Olympic champion, but like at least we're pretty sure that our information is not out of nowhere. I know both of them are
Yeah.
complementary. We're gonna talk about them
Hmm.
on the presentation, both of those topics, but I
Hmm.
don't know which one should we talk about more.
Oh, so the options you're talking about to focus on would be the what are the areas that you're contemplating that you're talking about to focus on?
Yeah, like
Like
like our
the
selling point,
coaches or
or also if you
oh, the
have like
selling
any
point.
more ideas that do you think like can help us out to stand out, will be glad to hear them.
Oh, not a problem, but it looks like I mean, I could see the work and the time that it's taken to put everything together with information. Um, and just by reviewing this, I mean, you actually have everything you need, in my opinion, in terms of what it is or what sports and the selling point that you want to do. I mean, clearly you're utilizing AI in terms of like helping to improve athletic, helping to kind of like improve and prevent against injuries and possibly also maybe to enhance performance. And I mean, you have a lot of information there that you could utilize. It just depends on which area you like to focus. I mean, if you, based on the info, you mentioned yoga, you mentioned wrestling, you've also mentioned, I think there was something else that you mentioned. You could probably utilize that as like a maybe like kind of like a collage of different areas that it could apply to, and leave it maybe open ended for like future, because it's basically like you're not focusing in just one area of sports. It looks like something that you're focusing on all area of sports where it could be all inclusive. That's the feel that I get with this. So you have everything right there. It's just a matter of just kind of like um, finessing it so that way it could be presented within the time constraints
All right.
of your presentation. But you do have everything right there, you know.
All right. And lastly, um, I know at this point, we are a couple
Mhm.
days. We have just a couple days left before we submit this in. But
Yeah.
what do you recommend us to make ourselves stand out to the judges? Maybe like under presentation,
Mhm.
or something that certain point that we should talk about, or maybe that we should implement. We saw um last year's uh we saw the winners from last year, and they had
Mhm.
crazy metrics on their like business model. I mean, obviously I don't think at this point we can, if we just add that, we'll be like inventing stuff and making up stuff. So,
Mhm.
and I don't really want to do that, but like, what do you think
Yeah.
can be like our pedigree, or like our punch to make ourselves different?
Mm. It's not a matter, I think like based on what you have, it's not something about like what you could do to make yourself different, because it is already different. You could have two people working on the same exact project with the same exact tools, and there'll always be a uniqueness about them, because people are unique in itself. So it always comes out. Um, what you said right there about not I really like what you said right there, where because it shows integrity that you're not trying to just make anything up. You like to go with your information. So you're basing everything on facts. And that's something that comes out. And that's something that I feel that the judges will see, because I'm seeing that. Some people will probably try and like embellish, and you you guys don't strike me as people that will try and embellish. You really will focus on real world, real true to life events, and that's something that the judges will also see. So I wouldn't say like don't focus on like what other people are doing and about how you could be unique. Just focus on producing the best quality work that you can be, and that will shine out. Because once you and your team focus on reviewing the work, the more information or the more well versed you are in your project, the more you will naturally be able to answer any questions that the judges may or may not have for you. I
All
hope
right.
that's helpful. Yeah.
All right. So that was all my questions. Thank you for helping me out, me and the team. I know we probably didn't
Yeah.
communicate a lot during the whole event. But still, thank you for helping us out with this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, anytime. Anytime. If you like, you can make the recording. I'm open if you like to make the recording available to me too. I mean, that'll be great. I wish you guys the best of luck at everything, and I know you'll do really well.
All right. Thank you, Miss Karen.
Okay, you're very welcome.
See
All
ya.
right, take care.
Take care.
Okay, see ya. Bye.